told us to do first, we went off on our own thing. And we wasted ourselves and spent all our energy doing that thing. When we would have gotten where we needed to be so much quicker, so much more effortlessly, if we had just done what the word of the Lord to us said to do. I really think that's why he was asleep. Wasted all his energy fleeing from the task God called him to do. So I ask you, what ways are we fleeing? And we know, let's be honest, we know that there's no point in me making it more complex to dazzle you or entertain you. You know. Because the bottom line is, peace will always elude us if we're comfortable with doing things our way. We'll always stay lost if we're comfortable doing things our own way. We'll never be whole if we're always comfortable doing things our own way. There will always be storms that God sends if we're comfortable doing things our own way. And see, we'll remain at peace. And this is a manufactured peace in our slumber. Deaf to God's attempt to get our attention because we really don't care. We really don't care. And that's the message we'll communicate. Because Jonah remained asleep while every other person was crying out to their gods. I've mentioned what those gods can be. Various addictions, all this other stuff. I asked you to use your imaginations. But here's a man who knew the one true God. And when he could have been up on deck saying, I know why this storm is. No need to call out superfluously and needlessly to these other gods. He was asleep. He was asleep. So too are we. Wake up! Wake up. Because when we sleep, we communicate to those who know we're supposed to be Christians. We don't believe what we profess. And life as you're living it, it's the only life there is. There's no way out. There's no compass for your souls. This is all there is, as the story in Madeline goes, and there isn't any more. Jonah knew there was more. And see, when he told them what they needed to do, because his sleep communicated otherwise, they rowed all the harder to get the shore, trying to do it their own way. And when that didn't work, Jonah, who was a little late, standing there, I'm sure, witness to the fact that, hey, what I said is true, just toss me over the thing. But it closes with this. They threw him overboard and there was peace. And after such time, it says, God had prepared a fish, a great fish, to swallow Jonah up. See, the Word of God convicts us as it convicted Jonah, but it doesn't condemn us, as Terry reminded us. The great fish was not a sign that God had condemned Jonah. It was a sign that even in the midst of the conviction of the word to Jonah, and the fact that he had not done what the word commanded him to do, but though he cast himself overboard. As Abraham discovered, there's always a ram in the bush. And that God is not willing that any should perish, but that all should come We all have a word.